Hi guys, welcome to my channel, The Golden Cruiser. I'm Cindy, and today we're going to be talking about cruise cabin mistakes seniors should avoid. Now in this video, I'm going to talk about some cruise cabin mistakes seniors should avoid, or some other cruisers. So grab your drink and a favorite snack, sit back and relax, and let's talk about cruising. Number one is cabin location. Now, sometimes you think it's a great idea to book a guaranteed cabin because they're a lot cheaper than a regular cabin. But this is a cabin that the cruise line will pick for you. And this is usually a cabin that is left over because nobody actually wanted it. So be cautious of this because you may get a cabin in a location that you did not want, such as under the pool deck when they're bringing in chairs early in the morning, pulling them all out, dragging them, putting them back late at night, or near a nightclub where the music is going till late in the early hours. So just beware of that. Also, you could get a guaranteed cabin, or the same thing if you're bidding on a cabin applies here. A lot of times when you get a cabin, they will then come back and tell you you can bid to upgrade your cabin. Now, the last time we cruised, we did a bid upgrade and I won the bid. Well, our cabin was great, but it was so far from the elevators. We were walking and walking and walking, and it was just ridiculous. So on my cruise now, we have a cabin booked. We have an obstructed view cabin. It's got a lifeboat in front of it, but you can still see around because I saw pictures of it. You can search for your cabin on the internet, and chances are you'll find a picture of it somebody has posted. So they want me to do an upgrade right now, a bid, to bid on it. And I'm not going to bid because I don't want that situation again where I'm somewhere where I don't want to be. We're right close to the elevator now. We're close to all the activities I want to be near. We don't have any noise around us. So I'm going to stay where we're at. I got a really good deal on this room. So I'm going to stay there and not bid this time, which is hard for me because I usually am bidding. But I don't want to chance it again and be somewhere. I don't want to be in the front of the ship because of the movement, and I don't want to be near these nightclubs or anything. So just be cautious of that, booking a guaranteed cabin or bidding for an upgrade. Know that you might get in a place that you're not going to be happy with. Now, if it doesn't matter to you, then go ahead and do it. Number two is overpacking or cluttering the cabin. Now make sure, especially as we get older, we try to not pack as much because our suitcases are heavy and it's harder for us. We get back issues and things. Harder for us to lug these heavy suitcases. So try to scale it down. Don't bring as many shoes as you used to bring or items like that that could make your suitcase heavy. Choose outfits that'll go together with each one, like wearing the same pair of pants for a couple days, or things that will match with each other so that you don't have so many items, and it doesn't over clutter your cabin. Number three, the in-cabin safe. Now don't neglect to use your safe that is in your cabin. There is no charge for it. Sometimes seniors or other passengers leave out things like their jewelry, their passports, or other valuables. Now, this puts the cabin steward in an awkward situation. They don't want to be accused of something missing, and they're the only ones that have been in there. So the safe is there to protect your valuables. So use your safe, keep your valuables in there so that something doesn't happen. Number four is skipping the emergency info. Now in the cabin, make sure and locate your life vests. They're usually in the closet. But if you would have to do, a real drill, you would have to meet at your muster station. You would need to have these life vests with you. So you need to know where they're at ahead of time and not be looking for them in an emergency. And make sure you know your muster station. Now you have to go to that when you get on the cruise so that you know where it's at. Make sure and remember where it's at, because just just because you went there the first day and then you can't remember, well, where was our muster station at? That would not be good, to not know if an emergency happened. So make sure you know where your muster station is. And there's also emergency procedures posted on the inside of your cabin door. Make sure you look at these and familiar with these. And this will tell you where emergency exits are also. Number 5, using cabin sinks for laundry. Now, the cruise cabin sinks are not designed for heavy cleaning or cleaning a lot of clothes in there, which some passengers I have heard, renting out certain items and hanging them up in there. But too much of this can lead to water overflowing or clogged drains. And this can cause a mess for the cabin attendants or plumbing problems for the ship. So use the laundry facilities. They have self-service ones on board. You do have to pay a small amount, but you can do your laundry there. They have washers, dryers, and irons, or you can pay to have your laundry taken to the ship and have them do your laundry for you. So just don't be washing a lot of laundry in the ship sink. Number 6, leaving cabin balcony doors open. Now, leaving a cabin door open will usually shut off the air conditioning in the room. The air conditioning won't run with that door open. So make sure when you leave your cabin, you have not left that door open, even just a little bit. If you've left the balcony door open is what I'm talking about. If you leave your cabin, don't have the balcony door left open, because when you get back in there, you could have a scorching hot room. Also, leaving the cabin, the balcony door open can cause a powerful wind tunnel effect that can slam shut the door and actually break glass. So be very careful of leaving your balcony door open, all the time. I know once in a while we leave ours open if we're in the room just to get a little bit of fresh air in. We're right there and it's not real windy conditions or anything like that would slam it shut. But don't ever leave your cabin with the balcony door open. And then number 7 is not requesting accessibility items in advance. Now, many seniors have certain mobility issues and they have specific needs such as a grab bar for the shower or raised toilet seats or shower chairs. Now, a common mistake is not to ask for these items in advance. So if you have anything like that you need, make sure and call the cruise line, or if you have a travel agent, have them do it and tell them that you're going to need these items. Cruise ships have limited supplies of these, so you need to request them early. Or book a mobility cabin. Now, a lot of cabins already have all these things in them. You just need to book a mobility cabin, and you need to do that as soon as possible because those do sell out also. I know one time on a Princess cruise, I bid on an upgrade for a room last minute. It was like 2 days before the cruise. And they upgraded us and we ended up with a mobility cabin. Well, I didn't request that, but apparently someone had canceled last minute, and at the time they canceled, I had bid, so we got the room because they didn't have anybody else waiting for a mobility room. The room was huge. It's big enough so that you can get a scooter or something in there, a wheelchair, and the bathroom was huge so that you could pull your wheelchair right in there and actually take a shower, and it had the handbars. And it was a really nice room. So if you have any kind of mobility issue, you can just book one of those cabins on the ship, but do it early. Number 8 is overloading power outlets. Now, don't overload an outlet with too many devices like cell phones, tablets, laptops, CPAP machines, etc. This could overload the ship's electrical circuits. Now, this can trip breakers that can cause power outages and in rare cases, even fires. So make sure you're using the correct adapter for your cruise line. Surge protector power cords are not allowed on any cruises. So make sure most of the ships will let you have a non-surge protector that you can plug in and then put various devices in that. Royal Caribbean is a little bit different. You have to have a certain, I'll put the pictures up here so you can see them. I didn't bring mine out. Royal Caribbean, you have to have a certain adapter that plugs right into their wall socket, and you can only have USB cords attached to it. So I'll show you the two different ones right here that we take, but check with your cruise line before you sail to see which adapter you can use. Normally these will get confiscated if you don't have the right one with you, but in case you got it through and you're using it, that could be very bad for the cruise ship. So just check on that. Number 9, ignoring cabin noise from your neighbors. Now, in a cruise ship, the walls are very, very thin, and you can usually hear everything from your neighbor that's going on. Sometimes seniors are often hesitant to report excess noise coming from one of their neighbors. They're not wanting to make a fuss about it or cause any trouble or, anyone to be mad at them. So they just don't say anything. And then they're having nights where they can't sleep because either the TV's very loud or a lot of voices or partying or the people have music blaring. So don't do that. Don't suffer and, not get any sleep. Don't ignore these problems. You can discreetly, in your cabin, call guest services or call to your steward, your housekeeping, and tell them of the noise, and they will discreetly go to that person. They won't tell them, who reported it, and tell them to be quiet. You want to make sure that you get a good night's sleep and that you're enjoying your cruise. So if you have something that's very loud going on around you, make sure and report it. Number 10, not adjusting cabin lights. Now, a lot of times seniors will like to be reading in the evening, to relax before they go to bed. And sometimes cabin lighting is very dim and they have a hard time seeing and they're straining their eyes. And they're not really aware that there's usually some reading lamps right beside each side of the bed. Sometimes these will pull out of the wall, or sometimes they're just a light there that you have to push several times in order for it to go up brighter and brighter. But usually there's always some kind of lighting to help you read by, and lots of other lights in the cabin that you could turn on so that you have proper lighting. Number 11, leaving dirty laundry in the pathway. Now, don't leave laundry bags full of laundry or dirty laundry piled in your cabin where the cruise steward has to walk through to clean your cabin. This could be bad for him and for you. You could trip and fall on these. So what we always do, we take a drawstring bag to put our dirty laundry in, and we keep it inside the closet. You don't want to keep clutter on the floor, like shoes or anything that you could trip over or the cabin attendant could trip over. So make sure and keep everything off the floor, the aisles clear, and then everybody will be safe. So there you have it, some ways to stay safe in your cabin and be comfortable. If you have any other ideas that I forgot, please let me know in the comments. So I want to thank you for stopping by today. If you liked my video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel to help me grow. So everybody have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again real soon on my channel, The Golden Cruiser. Bye for now.